Hey, hi! Welcome to anyone watching. This one's going to be another fairly short one, I think. It's mostly going to be me showing the progress I've actually made with the basement, because all apart from one bit is finished. I will say, it might feel a bit weird that I'm not starting in my house for once, especially since I'm planning to give a tour, but basically, I was trying to zombify him. He didn't zombify, because I've now been informed I should probably trap a zombie first, and then do it that way. And I was hoping I could avoid that, but it seems there's no way around it. So I need to set him free before I do anything else, basically. Come on, Fletcher, come back out. Stop. He's determined to go through those trapdoors. Despite the fact he can't go through them, he is very determined too. Well, can't knock his determination. Are you gonna get out? Don't come in! Why did you come in? Oh god, the villagers are daft. Leave, now please. Right, there we are. Now I can brick up the hole again. Oop. Yep, there we are. Okay, yeah, so the zombification hut is not getting used just yet. As much as I'd like to be starting to zombify the villagers, I can't just yet. I need to capture a zombie first, it seems. I may have to look up how to do that, because I currently have genuinely no idea how you're meant to capture zombies, so we'll find out. We'll find out eventually anyway. It's probably similar to the way you have to capture villagers. It's probably just get them in a boat, basically, which, to be fair, kind of makes sense. But yeah, so no use for this nice zombification chamber just yet. And if anyone's wondering why I was starting with him, rather than, say, one of the librarians, like the mending one, it's because, as odd as it sounds on this server, there's someone who's already done all that, basically. He's got a bookshop, so I can get them if I need to, for the most part. So I figured, if I want to try and start a shop of my own at some point, I'm still trying to work out what to sell. And I thought one thing that could be good would be to sell the different tipped arrows. I thought if I could get all the different tipped arrows, so that's like 15 Fletchers, zombify them all, and then so I can buy all the arrows for 1 emerald, all the tipped arrows for 1 emerald. I thought that could be quite a good thing to sell. I thought it could be an interesting thing anyway. I don't know why I'm running back, because you may have noticed the rockets in my inventory, which kind of give away the fact that I finally got an elytra. I would say I technically didn't pay for it. I offered to, and I was originally going to buy one, but the person who sells them hasn't been on the server for a couple of weeks now, I don't think. So basically, we were raiding a woodland mansion, and it was a very long way away. Like, hang on, if I go on to F3 now, see how it's like minus 400 there? Yeah, I think the woodland mansion, the nearest one, was at positive 21,000. So yeah, that was a bit of a distance to travel, even on the nether roof, so they gave me an elytra more for their sanity than mine, I think, because if they'd have had to wait for me to run after them, yeah, it probably would not have ended well. I didn't see the point of recording that, to be honest, because I thought I would die a lot, so I thought it was just going to be a recording of me dying, basically, but it went better than I expected. I didn't actually die. One of the people I was with, Cole, he died a couple of times, but unfortunately he lost all his stuff to a creeper, But yeah, other than that, it was actually probably about as boring as a raid can get. There weren't that many. There was only a couple. There was 2 evokers, I think, and we managed to kill one of them before I did anything. And honestly, the only thing I really encountered was zombies. I just kept encountering zombies for some reason. Right, as you can see, this is the main room. That's Crystal Corner. This is weaponry, tools, and that's the best set of armor I've currently got that I'm not wearing. So that's my actual good chest plate and my turtle helmet. And in this one, that's the armor chest. Yeah, I couldn't remember now. So we've got over here, we've got wool stuff and string. This is just for ender pearls, because there's still loads of ender pearls. And this, you may see this other set of armor that's glittering nicely. It's not as heavily enchanted, actually. It might sound a bit weird, but basically, I want to go and look for netherite at some point fairly soon. And I don't trust myself very much, so hang on, if I can show you this. See, it's actually labelled Nevermind, so I don't forget. It's got fire protection on it. I messed around and got them unbreaking on most of them, but they've all got fire protection 4 on. So, I've got some fire resistance potions, so I figured that should hopefully save me if I fall in lava. I say if, it's probably a when I fall in lava. But yeah, so there's a system here. Just mob drops in here. This is the stuff specifically for villagers. This is other valuables, so shulker box and stuff. Food, random food, and this is pet related basically. So yeah, there's a nice system in this main room, and of course Crystal Corner. What else could you put in Crystal Corner apart from the bits of amethyst that I've harvested, and also diamonds. The diamonds had to go in Crystal Corner, like they had to be there. It fits so nicely. Just look how pretty the corner is. I'm really proud of that. But yeah, immediately after building this, basically, as you might be able to see little glimpses of other separate rooms. I built this originally. Then by the time I moved everything downstairs, I realised I already had too much stuff for just this. So I decided to make some separate little rooms off. So this is the furnace room. So as you can see, just loads of blast furnaces, and smokers. In here, I've got the raw food, which reminds me I've picked up another salmon because I decided to try fishing in my bubble elevator, and turns out it does work. It's just a bit dodgy to do. Raw ores, coal, and this is the actual processed ores already. So, oh yeah, that reminds me, I need to put the apple back. Give him 1 second, since he didn't zombify, so I couldn't cure him. Yeah, so you may have noticed that, and you can probably see a glimpse of bookshelves from this one, because this is the new enchanting room. So ta-da! I know this is an excessive amount of bookshelves, but if I actually open this chest, oh no, it's not this one. This chest, you can see I've got several stacks of bookshelves now at this point because the Woodland Mansion had quite a few libraries and we basically destroyed them all and stole all the books. So, but yeah, so I've got the enchanted books here, enchanting station, grindstone, a thing to add netherite, lapis, and the anvil. So this is a nice little reading and enchanting room. So it's only quite small, but I thought it works as for what it is. It seems there's plenty of room. And the other rooms, this one's the most obvious one. This one is pretty much literally just a cupboard. It is basically a cupboard. It's like there's one double chest just full of dirt. And this is processed wood and raw, just wooden trunks and miscellaneous and lighting and yeah, dyes. But yeah, there's also one chest that's going to be full of deep slate. And these two are basically all the other stones arranged in alphabetical order. Then there's glass. This is a bit more complicated one, but it's ones that I'd use purely for decoration, or I can do something else, like with that have a specific role, like soul sand, magma blocks, and sand, since you can turn sand into, into glass, so it gets put in a different chest to the others. This is processed stone, and these ones will eventually be all full of cobblestone. Oh yeah, this is redstone. Redstone and nether quartz in this one, the actual crystal bits, and this one's the stuff that I've already made from the nether quartz. So basically I've moved most of the good stuff downstairs. Oh, this is the other little room. I made a brewing room. So it's got room for the fuel and empty glass bottles here. Nether wart back here. I should move that. I've got like a double chest full outside. And this one is just got the ingredients in. So I will say a lot of the chests are currently empty because I'm planning for this to be not need upgrading again for a long time. I don't want to have to do it again. And these contain actually made potions for the most part. Again, sorted out differently. That's slow falling here. These are fire resistance ones. Hence, I got quite a few for the Nether trip. Regeneration. These ones are strength, and I think this one's swiftness, right? Yeah, so I've got quite a few. There's one other room that's not done yet. It's this one. So far, all I've got is the actual room itself. But what this one's going to be, I've realised that since the cave's underground, I can't really expand the ponds the way I'd like to on the upper floor. So, this is going to become an aquarium, hopefully. I'm not going to move the axolotl. I will try and expand the pond for them, so they can have a nice big pond upstairs. But this is going to be a pond full of tropical fish, hopefully. I've got loads of tropical fish that someone gave me because Max was looking for one specific tropical fish for his little one in his house. I've seen the tank; it looks really cool, but I think he was just wanting one fish, and so he just gave me a lot of the fish he didn't want, basically. And originally, I was just going to use them for breeding the axolotls, but there's so many of them. I mean, come on, look, there's so many different ones. I figured I should have a go at making them their own place. And you also might notice there are more llamas than there used to be because someone keeps killing wandering traders somewhere near my house, and then I feel guilty. I say someone, it genuinely wasn't me. I haven't killed any wandering traders. But yeah, someone keeps on killing the wandering traders around my house, and then I feel guilty, so I have to take the llamas in. So I just have an expanding number of llamas, and somehow, despite all that, I'm still missing one of the llama colours. I don't know how with all that, I've taken in so many trader llamas at this point, I'm still missing a llama. So that's one of the goals eventually. Like with the cats, I want to get one of every cats and parrots, I want to get one of every type of llama. The one I'm missing, if anyone's wondering, is the grey one, I think. I don't honestly know if it's meant to be rare or not. Like, I don't trust the rareness statistics with some of this stuff because, for example, I think, what do you call it? The Siamese cat's meant to be the rarest cat in this, and yet I found several of those. It was a jelly cat I never saw in any of the stuff, so I don't honestly know. But I'm going to be doing up this bit as well. Now it's empty. I had to move all the stuff downstairs first, so it's all been moved. Now it's just a massive empty pyramid, so I actually need to put furniture and stuff in again so it actually looks nice. Because currently all it's got is the other mini glass pyramid around the elevators and one bed. Oh, and the random bit of carpet to cover up the ugly glowstone. That is literally all that's upstairs now. But anyway, I'm still quite proud of the basement. Because if nothing else, this was my first attempt at bubble elevators. And like I say, I actually tried to make it pretty without more pretty than usual since, like I say, I built the amethyst. Can you actually hear that? Hang on, let me turn my volume up because I don't actually think you can hear that. Oh, I must have the game volume low. Hang on. Oh, you say you've got to be able to hear the amethyst. It's what is it? Hang on, let's turn it up to 50. Let's give it another go. Why is it not make noise? The amethyst is not making the noise it should, which is annoying, but anyway, you probably already know what I mean with the noise, but like I said, I properly tried to make the geode. Like I even actually checked the order these two are meant to go in with the smooth basalt on the outside and calcite on the inside, and I actually properly tried to recreate a little geode since it's a cave, obviously, so I thought it could be quite a nice little feature. And like I say, originally it was just going to be this one room, so that's why this room probably got the most effort put into it compared to the other ones. But I'm still quite proud of the way like these ones have turned out, because it's a little bit cramped, but it would make a nice little reading nook. Like, say, I would read in here. It would be quite comfortable. So I've eventually managed to get all the lighting right, but the only thing is, because the ceiling is quite high, I've had to put, that's why there's still some torches on the floor, because there were a couple of bits where the lighting level was a bit too low, so if it was just zombies spawning down here, I wouldn't mind too much. It'll be slightly annoying, but tolerable. But I'm not willing to risk a creeper spawning down here. Like, no, I put a lot of effort into this. I'm not losing it all for it just because one creeper's decided to be annoying. Hopefully you can still hear okay. My game is lagging quite a lot, so hopefully it's still going okay. It sometimes throws a bit of a fit when I'm doing multiple stuff on this, but there's nothing going in the background for once. It's just the stream going on at the same time. But, right, what else was I going to do today? Oh yeah, this is the other thing. I got a crossbow. Well, I had the crossbow before, but I'm actually going to start using it now. I'm not carrying any arrows. Why am I not? Right, but yeah, I've got a crossbow. I was reluctant to use it before because it didn't have mending on it, but someone else, he had basically a nearly broken crossbow that just had mending on, and he doesn't use crossbows, so it was fine with me having it. So that worked out quite well. Here they are. Right, there we are. I've actually got the stuff now. So not so sure what else I'm going to do. I'm not going to the Nether just yet, because I'm waiting for some other people to do it as well, because that way if I die at least someone can collect my stuff. But yeah, I think the area is looking quite nice. It's very lively. Lots of animals everywhere, which I'll be honest is probably at least part of the reason for the lag. Oh, I don't think you'll have seen it yet, that's a thought. I did buy something else from someone that started a new shop. And the more astute of you may notice that particular axolotl over there by the crosshairs. Hang on. It's a blue axolotl. I got a blue axolotl. His name is Opal currently. He's the only one with a name just because he was already in the bucket, and the bucket was literally just named Blue Axolotl, so I figured he deserved a better name, so hence Opal. And Donald acquired a friend who will soon be named Daffy. Yes, eventually everything will have names. It's just not yet. I say everything, all the pets. I'm not naming all the turtles. The number of turtles is increasing so much. Just look at all the turtles. Just turtles everywhere. And yet there's still loads of squids. I'm not sure how all the squids are still spawning if the turtles are everywhere. But yeah, so I've got 23 scoops just there waiting in the chest currently. And more eggs waiting to hatch. I'm just going to always have some eggs there waiting to hatch. I figured I might as well. I might as well always have a couple on the go. I'm trying to think what else I can do. That's one thing. I don't know if I actually told you this is a giant trash can that someone built since with my username and everything. I thought it was a mob farm. Even more turtles anyway. Basically, I approached it from this level, so I just saw it up close basically, so it's not quite as effective when you see it from up close. It works well from a distance because you can actually tell where it is, but I'll be honest, when I first saw it, I just thought someone had made a mob farm weirdly close to my house. Especially when, and if I can find it to show you, I can't remember if there's a bit where you can tell where I broke it before. Hang on. Yeah, so not exactly very bright in there, is it? You can't get to me. This is the only time I'm willing to actually just stare at the creeper. I will say, there's not as many mobs in there as I was expecting. Because that creeper was there last time, and that seems to be the only one in there. That's surprising. I was expecting there to be a lot more. Ah, that's it. You can see the little cobblestone bit over there where I'd broken it before. See? The one random bit of cobblestone. So many turtles. Yes, there's just a few turtles. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I can do. We can breed the villagers some more while I'm on here. That'll be quite a nice thing to see. I quite like seeing that little animation with all the hearts everywhere, because if you throw a load of bread of them, there's just so many hearts everywhere. Just so many hearts. Where's the wheat? One of these. Ah, this one's wheat. Right. So yeah, let's turn a load of this into bread, and then we will get the villagers to make a load of babies. If nothing else, it is funny to see the baby villagers running around. Oop. So I need 2 more bits of wheat. There we are. Can at least make it to a round number. Not a round number, but at least use all the wheat I've got. Which is weird logic, considering I literally just had to go into the thing to get more wheat, but there's some kind of logic there. Again, like with most of the stuff, there's some kind of logic. It's very questionable, but logic nonetheless. Right. Let's go throw bread at them again. I do still find it weird that the way you breed villagers, you don't even click use on them with the food like you do with the animals. You just have to throw food at them and let them pick it up. Especially, I don't know if they're meant to, but or if I'm just imagining things, but I swear they nod at me when they're taking the bread. It's really weird. It's just like they just nod and just like, thank you for the food, thank you for feeding us. It's like, well, okay. They seem to nod at me a lot. It's really weird to see. The villagers in general are just weird. I'll have to move him inside at some point. It's just cats do seem to spawn outside the village sometimes. The village is getting quite big. I need to expand it properly at some point, but to be perfectly honest, I can't be bothered. I really hope that Llama's trader is still alive. If it's not, I'm going to be very annoyed. But yeah, see? Just a few villages up here now. Enough that they've got 3 iron golems just up there. Oop. Let me past you, please. Sorry. Oh god, it's so laggy. But yeah, see, I've made a new Fletcher. This guy hasn't been traded with yet, but he is a Fletcher. So he will eventually, hopefully, get a different type of tipped arrows. The annoying thing with that is, though, compared to the librarians, I have to get them to the level of master before I can find out what kind of arrows they've got. So it's going to take a while. But at least they accept sticks rather than wanting something actually good. See, they do nod. Those are definitely nodding at me in exchange for the food. Right, let's move to a different bit. Take the food. All of you take food. Oh god, this feels so weird. I'm just throwing food at them. But I like watching the babies run around. They're so funny, especially the voices. They sound so serious. The baby villagers are just so weird. Okay, I'll throw some food upstairs as well because I don't think I normally throw food to them, so they deserve some food too. Like, they don't exactly get the food very often, but they still deserve it. Even if they've got the farmers, they still deserve some extra food. So hopefully this will work. I really want to see the little love heart thing and the babies pop out. It's really funny. Okay, there we are. Let's have a look at the bell, because we're more likely to see it over there. Just because there's sheer amount of them, there's a lot more of them, so hopefully we should see some love hearts popping up. Come on, villagers, I gave you loads of bread. There are still unoccupied beds. I know there are still unoccupied beds. None of you have moved. Very few of you have moved into half the houses. You seem to prefer sleeping outside, so. Seems I'm not doing it immediately this time for once, which is slightly annoying, but we can come back and check another time. There should hopefully be more villagers then, although it's harder to tell at the moment, seeing as most of them don't have careers yet, so they are rather difficult to distinguish from each other. Now, let's see if I can fly without hitting the fence. Yay! I have crashed into that fence so many times. I have lost like half my health to that fence recently. Also to the beehive once. I managed to hit that beehive. Like, I crash landed exactly into it. Although, thankfully, the bees do not think of that as an attack. I would have been very, very upset if the bees thought I was attacking them just because I can't steer. Yes, it would not have been very pleasant to have. But yeah, so I think it's going quite well. You might have noticed as well, I don't know if you were paying attention earlier, but there was a massive thing of ice in... Well, not a massive thing, but there was a stack of packed ice. That is for another project I'm going to be working on. I might actually build on a stream, but I need to gather all the materials for it first, and it's going to take a while, because, as you saw, it needs a lot. It's going to need a lot of ice. Like, I got the stack just because it seemed I couldn't be bothered to make any more, basically, because there was so much of it I needed. I made an ice generating thing, basically, in the nearest mountaintop, but even then, it still takes so long to make anything, and yeah. So, it's not exactly that conductive. Oh, there's the baby piglin. Do I have the boat? Come here, baby piglin. I want to steal you. I would steal the baby zombie piglin already, but he disappeared. There was one on here bouncing on the slime blocks for a little while, but that just disappeared. I think I'll come back for him when it's less laggy. But yeah, this is our nether roof anyway, and as you can probably guess, that's Cole's Paul over there. I've mentioned him a couple of times. And this is, I think I might as well show you some of these bits while I haven't showed you. This is one of the other farms that is really cool. It is a piglin trading farm. Let's see. So it's all the stuff they can give you, all sorted onto the chests, and you just input gold up the hopper, basically. It's really cool, although I do find it quite funny how all the piglins are in various stages of dressed and undressed, and have various stages of enchantments. I don't know how he got all the piglins up here, or where he got them from, but who knows? There's lots of weird stuff in this nether that I'm not sure about currently. Let's see what else. can't remember which direction it is, but someone's built like a oh, not that, but there's like a massive ship in the sky, and no one who I've asked actually knows who it belongs to, and I don't know what it's meant to be. I don't want to climb up in case it tries to kill me. But yeah, this one I do know what it is. That one is a gold farm. That was another thing that's quite cool. It's part of the reason why they wanted the Piglin trading farm, because they had not exactly a shortage of gold, seeing as they've got the gold farm now. But yeah. Saying my portal is currently still quite plain on the outside. I need to make it look pretty. Like, this is G's portal, and as I say, this is a... I think she... I don't know if she manually built these trees or if she just brought the dirt in and planted it up. Either way, you've got to admit it still looks a really interesting portal. Like, at first glance, you've probably questioned this was in the Nether. It is really cool. She's the one... I've showed you her base before, I think, actually. It's the one with the giant moon on it. I'll say that moon was really cool. Okay. A wither made of squid heads. Fair enough. Why not? Okay, let's sprint back. There's nowhere I can put my bed, I think, currently, so I might as well just run back as fast as I can and go into the bed in my house. And I really, really need to look up how you extend that signal, because it really annoys me the fact I keep on accidentally closing the door on my face. Why does that keep on happening? It should... I don't understand why the button had such a short time. Like, it's not enough time for someone... You have to sprint through it, and it feels so weird. But anyway, like I say, I think I might actually leave that for today again. Actually, no, I'll go to the up to the drowned farm again, so you can have a look at that. Like, I am really proud of that. And I'm going to be going on that for a bit afterwards. That's why I'm going to be leaving it for a bit, because until other people are on to do the Nether thing, I'm just going to be sitting AFK at the drowned farm. Preferably without killing myself with the Elytra. But you never know. I might manage to kill myself with these one of these days. Oh, there's 2 cats outside. I did not realise another one had spawned. Right, I definitely need to come here with leads then and capture those cats. I will say that I'm not keeping all the cats that spawn around the village. I move them into the village. I get the leads, I capture them into the village, and then so they can live in there, because I don't know why they keep spawning outside the village, but they're a lot safer within the fence post limits. I think I've stolen 2 cats from the village. Only 2. I stole the tuxedo cat, and I stole the black cat when it spawned there. I was so happy when that black cat spawned there. But yeah, I've only stolen those, and it's just because I was specifically missing those 2, and at the time, I thought the black cat was the last one I needed, so I was definitely going to steal it. Because I had genuinely been looking for a black cat for so long. Like, I'd travelled so far to the nearest witch's hut that was known, and it's still... There was nothing there, and I was so disappointed, and I lost one of my good pickaxes because of the Q button. And so, yeah, it was not exactly the best trip, but I got a black cat eventually, so it all worked out, so I'll still take it. Right. Sorry this one was only short, but if anyone has any suggestions of stuff they want me to do, feel free to give them. It's just because I think a lot of stuff I'm doing at the moment is probably quite boring, so I don't want to bore people. So if anyone has any suggestions, I'm open to them, because otherwise it's just going to be ones like this with me wandering around doing stuff. Because I'm trying not to do loads of streams where I die, which kind of limits these with these ones. And the other thing I tend to do is strip mining, which again is not exactly the most exciting thing for someone to watch, although I do run into caves quite a lot, but I tend to just block it off and try and ignore anything near it, so again, still not the most exciting. Hopefully you still enjoyed watching, at least vaguely. Oop. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you'll see you again another time. And any support and feedback is greatly appreciated. Goodbye for now.